This is Hakim Green, Channel Live, representing live and direct. You know what I'm saying? Here with my man Tom from InTheBoxTV.com. We just flipping channels. And D&D, big shout out to Doug and Doug, or Dave and Doug and Doug. D&D was just a classic place, especially from like 90s for me. For 93 to 95, 96, you had krs-one, of course, Channel Live, Buckshot, Smith & Wesson, Helter Skelter, J. Rue the Damager, MOP. You just had like Biggie. You had a lot of different projects, real street-oriented projects popping off at the same time in that one space at the same time. And we was just in the studio trying to do an album. We had this record called The Blood Is On Fire with me, Chris, and Tuffy, my partner. And Chris was like, nah, man, y'all too educated. Y'all gonna go over people's heads. Y'all too lyrical. People ain't gonna understand y'all. Y'all need to dumb it down. Chris, what you talking about? He was like, all right, let's do another weed record, but this one I'm gonna do with you. I'm gonna hop on it with you. I said, all right, cool. So we start writing, and the wake up in the morning got the yearning for herb verse. It was actually in the middle of my verse that I wrote. Chris was like, nah, you need to start your verse off with that. And it was like just a bunch of chops and pieces. The hook, Chris was just going down the I Got You Open album, and we got to that part. You know what I'm saying? All we do is spark madism. I was like, that's it right there, that's the one. And he did the scratches, and like the joint was made. We made that joint in about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Like from the time we sat and started programming the SP1200 to completion of the vocals and the mix. KRS is somebody like, he just mixes it right there. He's on the spot, just mixes it down. Especially in D&D, because that B room is just like, it's just a real ill room. The sound quality got that real authentic hip-hop New York street gritty feel to it. And it's just like seeped in the walls and the wood and the fabric of that room was awesome. That's how Madism came to be, along with the rest of the station identification. Much different game than it was back then, and I think that has a lot of advantages because folks who have access to new forms of media, you know what I mean, you can really get your message out there and people will feel you. You know, I would tell any new artist, try to stay as relevant and current as possible. That's for sure. And other than that, man, just try to keep it real with self, because it's really much bigger than this music. I'm still working with the Stop the Violence movement. Like Chris is on the road with the Rock the Bells tour right now. We were in Texas doing the Stop the Violence movement tour in February. He's doing his thing. We still spreading the message of Stop the Violence movement. But I really felt that I could better be responsible to folks if I could touch more than just violence. You know, like there are a lot of quality of life issues that people are dealing with, education, jobs, you know, just gun violence is crazy right now. So if you know, we could kind of provide a more general blanket for folks, we could do a lot more work. That's what I feel. But I still help Chris with Stop the Violence movement. He still helps me with what I'm doing with FLI, the For Life Initiative.